All right, what's up, folks? Jeff London back with another video. Before we jump into the video, folks, do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Today I want to give some advice about how to grow your chest, how to get a bigger chest. This is a big one. A lot of dudes hit me up about this. And the chest is like, it's tough to build, man. I struggled with it for a while too. So I'm gonna give you about 5-6 tips. So the last tip is the most important tip. So you want to watch the video all the way to the end. So tip number 1 is just variation. Like you have to have more variation for your chest. So what does that mean? So that could be different exercises. If you're always doing a barbell flat bench press, go to an incline bench press. If you're doing incline all the time, do incline and decline bench press. Use dumbbells, use dumbbell flies. You gotta switch up your variation, and I'll tell you why. Because your body adapts, right? So your body adapts to what you're doing. When you throw in a new exercise, give your body a new stimulus, right? So, and your body's not used to that. So if I haven't done decline bench in a while, if I go and do decline bench pressing now, I'm probably gonna be really sore because that's an exercise I haven't done in a while. So you just wanna find 4 or 5 exercises for your chest and do those for a few months and then switch out a few of them. That way you can give your body a new stimulus and it adapts, all right? So don't do the same thing all the time, all right? Now, in addition, tip number 1A is what else happens with variation is even your hand position, right? So you could be going with the same hand position for years. Now switch it up. See what happens when you go super wide. And that's a new stimulus. That's that's variation, right? You could go with a close grip and get different variation. Now, lastly, I know I'm harping on this, different bench press exercises recruit different muscles, right? So it's all chest, but you recruit different parts of the chest. So incline bench press, that works more your upper chest. Decline bench press, that works more your lower chest. It's all chest, but you'll recruit more muscle from these different regions of your chest. So that's why you want variation, so you could just build a robust chest. All right, that's tip number 1. All right, tip number 2 is volume. You gotta have enough volume to build your chest. So I'd say anywhere between 6 and 10 reps is where you wanna live to build your chest. And if you go too heavy, which a lot of dudes do, you're not gonna be able to get 6 reps, and you're gonna end up getting 5 reps, 4 reps, and that's just not enough volume to build your chest. So lower the weight and get anywhere between 6 and 10 reps and be consistent. You see your chest build over time. All right, next tip. This was almost the most important one, but it's something that's overlooked, and it's eccentrics. So they call them negatives too. But basically, you have to, this is also could fall in variation, but you have to change the tempo of your lifts. So if you're used to knocking out 10 reps all the time at this tempo, right, where you're just going down, going up, you have to switch it up. You have to go 4 seconds on the way down. Sometimes you got to go 6 seconds on the way down. And now here's the thing, eccentric training, when you lower the weight, anytime you're lowering the weight, that's considered eccentric, a negative. That damages the muscle more than concentrically, right? So, and if your goal is to build muscle, you want muscle damage. You want to do something slow. If you can slow down the eccentric portion of every lift, you're going to be doing a lot of damage, right? And you're going to be sore and your muscles will grow. All right, so try it. Next time you go to the gym, find a weight that you can get anywhere between 6 and 8 reps, but then take 4 seconds to lower the weight, all right? Actually call it 6 seconds because you're probably gonna count really fast. So if you try to count to 6, it'll probably really be 4, all right? Try that and feel the difference 1 to 2 days after. Feel how sore you are. It's a much different effect. So slow down, try eccentric training. Now here's one thing, this is a sidebar, you can't do that all the time, but do it for a few weeks and then switch it up and go back to your normal tempo and do that for a few weeks and just bounce around. Lastly, the most important tip, and I'm sure if your chest has been growing, this is why, all right? You are lifting too much weight, it's too heavy. And I'm not in the sense of you can't get enough reps, which is probably true, but you're lifting, the weight is so heavy that you're no longer using your chest. The weight is so heavy that you're using other muscles to lift the weight. You're using more of your shoulders to lift the weight, and you have poor mechanics. And as a result, you're not targeting your chest. And so this happened to me. And what happened, I ended up building really big shoulders, but my chest was flat. And how I built my chest, I started doing, for summer, I just did calisthenics. I fell in love with calisthenics, and I was just doing push-ups. I didn't touch a weight for like maybe 4 months. Push-ups, pull-ups, you name it, body weight, I was doing it. And then my chest just blew up. I just split everything. And my theory, and I know this has to be it, is that body weight, I was just actually recruiting the muscles in my chest more effectively, opposed to like putting extremely heavy weight on the bar and my shoulders doing most of the work and my chest getting minimal effect. So now when I hit the gym, I don't bench. I could bench like probably like 375 is the last time I did a max. I don't max at all, but I rarely go above 225 pounds, but I could bench 375 because my goal is not to get any stronger. My goal is to continue to build muscle. So I want to use a weight. Sometimes I'll go up to like 245, 265, depending on, but it doesn't get much heavier than that. And I'll just live in that little ballpark over there. And you know, I see dudes in the bench, like they'll curl heavier weight than me. They'll try to bench, they're benching super heavy weight. But then I look, I'm like, well, I'm a lot bigger than you are. And I'm here curling a 75-pound bar, and you got a 120-pound bar, but your form is terrible. And you're not hitting the right muscle groups. So reduce the weight, find a weight you can get about 10 repetitions, anywhere between 6 and 10, but with clean form. And you'll feel when you start using other muscle groups, all right? So focus on using a weight, contract your chest, you'll be fine, all right? Hopefully that was helpful. If it was, drop a little like for me.